Previously on Little Did I Know.
Welcome to the Full Sail.
I'm graduating college in a couple weeks, and I just really need a break from writing pitch letters and making contacts.
Well, the town of Plymouth welcomes you.
Hey, you mind if I take a look at this newspaper?
Help yourself.
Hey, what do you know about this?
About what?
America's oldest summer stock theater, seeking director and production team for summer 76 season.
Oh, he's finally going to reopen the Plymouth Barn Theatre.
So you're really planning to persuade people that you consider to be your friends to delay their futures with you?
Are you kidding me? They're gonna carry me on their shoulders when they hear about this.
Look, all of them are going to be great at something else eventually. But when's the next time they're going to get a chance to make magic? I mean, that's what we are together. We're magic. Okay, gang, I have the answer.
Did someone have a question?
In fact, someone did. In fact, everyone did. The question was, what am I going to be doing this summer that is going to make moving into the real world even remotely acceptable?
The Audio Drama Initiative and Jaleh and Warren Trepp present Little Did I Know, a musical based on the novel by Mitchell Maxwell.
I never set foot in Plymouth, Massachusetts, even once in my life. And now I was going to be there twice in a week. The first time was completely by accident. Or maybe it was kismet. Guess we'll find out, huh? This time, though, it's all business. I've had a few days to think over the opportunity provided by this gig at the Plymouth Barn Theatre, and it's just way too good to miss. Yeah, I went to a top school and my shows got plenty of positive reviews, but if I was going to make my mark fast on Broadway, I was going to have to do something significant to distinguish myself from all the other people from top schools with great notices. The Plymouth Barn Theatre was a way to show that I could deliver the highest quality professional shows that audiences loved. I mean, how many other people were going to be hitting New York for the first time with credentials like those? I really had to get this job. I really had to get it. So, just a few days after I stepped foot on Plymouth Rock for the first time, I was back to meet with Dr. Anderson Barrows. When I sent him my resume, I included a cover letter that I'd spent 6 hours writing. And I'd put a plan together for him that I was sure was foolproof. A plan for bringing groundbreaking stage productions to his performance space. I was sure there was no way he could read that plan and not be ready to get my name on a contract as soon as possible. I'm even wearing a suit, which I have to admit looks pretty good on me. But hey, just because it looks good doesn't mean I'm changing my mind about suits.
Sam August? Robert Catt, chairman of the Plymouth Better Business Bureau.
Nice to meet you. Your name is Bob Catt?
No one calls me Bob.
Got it.
And over here is Dr. Anderson Barrows. I believe you're aware of who Dr. Barrows is.
Of course. It's a real pleasure to meet the owner of the renowned Plymouth Barn Theatre.
You write an impressive cover letter, young man. Ooh, and you have a good, strong grip. You an athlete?
I was, sir. A knee injury ended that, sadly.
Well, fortunately, not all sports require good knees.
No, certainly not. I'm Lizzie Barrows, Mr. August.
Good to meet you, Lizzie. You have a pretty firm grip yourself.
When I get a hold of something, I like to make sure I can hang on to it for as long as I want.
I see.
Let's get down to business, shall we? Now, Mr. August, as I said, I think you write an impressive cover letter. Very passionate.
Thank you.
And I can tell you that you were the only person who included in their resume a prospective program for the summer season, which I think shows tremendous initiative, but let me make sure I've got this right. Yes, you want to reopen the Plymouth Barn Theatre by presenting Two Gentlemen of Verona, The Me Nobody Knows, and Hair?
That would be a heck of a season, wouldn't it?
Don't you think those are a little challenging for summer stock theater? The people of Plymouth just want to see the shows they know and love. Hello, Dolly, The Music Man.
That's the kind of stuff that sells tickets.
I'm not so sure about that. I mean, not anymore. People are hungry for change these days. They're ready to go beyond the same old tired titles.
But the people of Plymouth and the people who vacation in Plymouth enjoy those titles quite a bit.
Yes, let's always remember the tourists. Don't forget,
Their ticket purchases will be paying your salary if you were lucky enough to get this job.
I can appreciate that, but even tourists will love Two Gentlemen of Verona if it's done in an accessible way. And the me nobody knows, what's not tourist-friendly about that?
Mr. August, I'm not sure you understand.
Let's shoot for the stars, Dr. Barrows. People are ready for a challenge. Tourists are people, right?
I think you might be confusing what works off-Broadway or on a college campus with what works in a town like Plymouth, Mr. August.
I'm just suggesting some ways to shake it up, Dr. Barrows, to bring your shows into the modern world.
Ah, and there you have it. You want to shake things up. You want modernity. And I just want to reopen my beloved summer stock theater.
Why can't we do both? I mean, surely you're aware how much the times have changed. Even the Plymouth Patriot Ledger says it's 1976.
You've made your point, Mr. August.
People who don't get with the times get left behind. I'm sure your daughter over here knows what I'm talking about.
Elizabeth is my wife.
Well, it's still true that...
I think what we're looking for is someone with a better sense of what is going to work here in Plymouth. I thought you might have been more open to this once we talked, but I can see I was mistaken. Thank you for coming in. I need to get to another meeting.
No, wait! I haven't told you about my crew. I have a great stage manager and an amazing choreographer, and...
And I have your contact information. If you'll excuse me, Mr. August.
Wow, I guess I'll get going.
Hold on a second, Sam. I read the reviews you sent with your resume.
You did?
Yeah. You know, this town could use some shaking up. Maybe if you could just find your way to compromising a little.
That would be a disaster for me. If anyone starts to see me as somebody who caters to tourists, I'd be dead on arrival in New York.
I get it. You're a man of vision. That's a lovely kind of person to be. But really, what's the point of a vision if your vision's something no one gets to see? I like putting plans in motion. All we need's a place to begin. Right before our eyes, there's an ocean. Don't tell me you're afraid of jumping in. Dr. Barrows can give you a real leg up, and I can give you Dr. Barrows.
I'm not sure anyone can give me Dr. Barrows at this point. He's moved on to his next meeting.
Opportunity's knocking. Why don't you take my advice? When opportunity's knocking, to get the door would be nice. I can tell this very moment that we think alike. To thine own self be true. This town could use somebody like you.
You really think I'd still have a shot, Mrs. Barrows?
Oh, call me Lizzie, please. Opportunity's knocking. Why don't you take it from me? When opportunity's knocking, cooperation is key. Did you ever think that I could open up your eyes to a slightly different point of view? This town could use somebody like you.
I don't know, Lizzie.
From the moment that I saw you standing there, I said to myself, look out.
Thank you.
Could that man who stands before me be an answered prayer? Is he possibly what summer's all about? When opportunity's knocking, it's good to make it your friend.
I mean, I guess this season could be...
When opportunity's knocking, it can be means to an end.
Miss Barrows, I want to make sure...
And no compromise is hardly our position of choice. Just think of it as paying your due. We both know how this goes. Still selfishly I pose. This town could use somebody like you. This town could use somebody like you.
Alrighty.
We all could use somebody. I sure could use somebody. This town could use somebody. Somebody like you. Oh, quick lesson. Never underestimate me. Oh, look, here's my card. If you want to have a serious strategic discussion, call me. I'm very good at one-on-one strategy sessions. I look forward to hearing from you.
I guess I'll show myself out.
Word of advice, Mr. August?
Mr. Cat! I didn't realize you were still around.
Just standing here, August. That word of advice. Nothing happens in Plymouth that I don't know about.
Thanks for letting me know.
I'm not sure you understand what I mean.
I think you might be right about that.
That business card from Mrs. Barrows. It might be best if you just tore that up.
How did you know she gave me a business card?
Not really the point. You keep in mind what I just said.
Yes, sir.
You didn't tear up the car, did you?
That guy Cat is all bluster.
Yeah, except if he's not.
Not worry about Cat. And if Lizzie Barrows can get Dr. Barrows to reconsider...
Have you thought about the cost of that transaction?
Sometimes you just have to pay full retail.
Does getting this job matter that much to you?
I think I've been very clear about that.
But maybe I don't think the cost will be all that exorbitant. I'm pretty good at thinking on my feet.
Hope you're right about that, Sam.
Welcome back to the Full Sail. You really look like you could use a drink. What can I get you?
Whatever you have on tap will be fine.
You're a PBR guy, right?
Never really thought of myself that way, but I'd probably drink anything right about now.
Here you go.
Thanks. What do I owe you?
This one's on me. Now that I think of it, the last one was on me as well. Let's not make a habit of this, okay?
That's very nice of you.
Like I said, you look like you could use it. I heard that you crashed and burned over at Barrows' office today.
Is that what you heard? Who says I crashed and burned?
It's a small town, remember? Word gets around.
I guess it does. You know, I really thought Barrows was gonna like me. People usually like me.
Well, if it's any consolation, you seem like a perfectly likable guy.
That's the nicest thing anyone's said to me all day. Hey, what time you get off tonight?
Subtle.
Subtle's not my strong suit.
So I hear.
Shh. Although, come to think of it, that's probably the second nicest thing anyone said to me today. Listen, as you well know, I've had a very rough day. If that day ended with dinner with you, though...
Does that kind of line actually work on women you meet?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. Let's press rewind. Welcome to the Full Sail Bar and Grill. I'm Veronica.
I don't suppose this means you're gonna buy me another beer?
Oh, you're on your own the rest of the night.
Yeah, you've made that clear. So, what's a nice girl like you...
Oh.
Sorry. You know, I was hoping I'd find you here.
Well, Wednesday through Sunday, 11 until closing.
That's a lot of hours. You've been working here a long time?
A few years. The Full Sail is an institution around here, and I've known the owner since I was a baby. They were very nice to me when they realized that I needed a job.
Guess that's the good part about living in a small town, huh?
One of many. You said you go to school in Boston, right?
Yeah, for another month, anyway.
Then what?
Well, I thought I had a good idea before I...
What's plan B?
I'm not really a plan B kind of guy.
How about plan A2?
I was hoping to find plan A2 somewhere in this glass.
Well, you still have half of your beer. Who knows?
What's your plan A2?
Who says I need one?
Well, I'm guessing a woman like you doesn't have her plan A working in a greasy spoon like this the rest of her life.
Okay, so many things to address there. First off, the Full Sail is not a greasy spoon. I don't suppose you noticed the AAA awards on the front door? And a woman like you mean blonde?
It's 1976, Veronica. Women shouldn't be defining themselves by their physical attributes any longer. Frankly, I'm shocked.
Nicely played. Okay,